What's going on? It's facts you don't know. If it's your first time here and you want to find out new facts that will definitely make you smarter and more well informed, make sure to subscribe and activate the notifications bell so you don't miss anything.
So it will be. Mary laughed when the elderly bought the old house in the village, but after 3 months, green from envy. Happy viewing. It happens that a person gets a house in the village as a legacy from his parents or grandparents, which makes the legacy has no value in the eyes of some because it's far from the city and is not suitable for living, and its value is weak if the beneficiary wants to sell it. Usually cottages are worn out and uninhabitable because they're not undergoing repair and are deserted for several years. In this video, we'll show you a somewhat strange story for elderly people who bought an old house in the village where they lived and wanted to give their home to their grandson as a gift, but he refused it, which made them think about changing the shape of the gift to impress their grandson so that the end result is amazing. Watch how these old people managed to change the look of the old house and make it look completely different from what it was before, as they shocked all those who laughed at them when they first took the house. The major problem was that this house was suffering from was the absence of gas, water, and electricity. In addition to the wear of its walls, doors, and windows, and the small garden surrounding it was full of parasitic plants, thorns, and some of the animal droppings. This made the task of restoring it and making it a decent home. At first it seemed almost impossible, but the will and determination of the old people were above all considerations and started their journey. It was apparent that the house had been abandoned for a long time, so it was full of dust and everything in it was dirty. Where the old people cleaned it well and wiped the walls and took out all the furniture inside, which was not usable. And then they brought a staff working to start the work according to the plan they had set. The workers linked the house with natural gas. Then they also connected it to the water network so that the water comes round the clock. Then they moved to electricity, where they provided the house with electricity and started peeling the walls in order to retool them. Then the old floor was removed and changed with a new wooden floor. The workers painted the walls with beautiful colors and installed new doors and windows. The wall colors were beautiful and bright and dazzled everyone who saw it later. The interior of the house was getting more beautiful from day to day, as it became a house with modern specifications, warm and adequately adapted, after which the workers moved to the front for restorations as well, while the old men and some of their assistants guaranteed to bring the new furniture to the house in order to complete the scene. The bathroom was prepared with modern equipment, and the two elderly brought new furniture to the kitchen and bought new sofas and fancy curtains in addition to other furniture that was placed in the reception hall and in the bedroom. When the workers finished painting the exterior of the house and the two walls of the house finished with furniture, everyone moved to the garden of the house, where they planted beautiful trees and flowers, put wooden chairs there, and built a small wooden house for their grandchild's dog. The scene was completed and the house finally appeared in its new look. The neighbors were surprised when they saw the new house, and they could not believe in their eyes what it was and how it became. Then the elderly called their grandson and told him that they changed the gift that they'd bought for him at first. When the grandson came, he was shocked by what his eyes saw and didn't believe that his grandfather and grandmother were able to completely change the whole house in just 3 months. The grandson was very happy and thanked the grandparents a lot. After a few days, he moved in to live in his new home amid the congratulations of his neighbors, who became envious of that house after they mocked him and his grandparents at first. The two grandparents tried to put their touch on the house, where they worked a lot and gave a gift to their grandson from the race, and assured him that they really wanted to give him something beautiful and special. The grandson posted the photos of this distinguished house on his page via Instagram and accompanied them with posts of thanks and praise for his grandfather and grandmother. The photos of the house spread later and surprised many, especially after people learned that the two grandparents were the ones who did this tremendous work on their own, despite their advanced age. Whatever the circumstances, a person should not make fun of others because their house was worn out or that they bought an old house, because the lesson is the conclusions. The will makes the impossible, and this was demonstrated by the ability of these old people to build a house with simple capabilities that surprised everyone. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks. We'll be right back to you as fast as we can.